Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Siti Alawiyah. Now I'm gonna tell you about semiotics, about the elements of sign. Sign take the form of words, images, sounds, odors, flavors, act, or objects. But such a thing have no intrinsic meaning and become sign only when we invest them with meaning. Anything can be a sign as long as someone interprets it as signifying something. That's about signs. And the next about element of sign, decided into two: the Southern model and the Peirce model. The first, we're gonna talk about the Southern model. Saussure defines a sign as being composed of signifier or significant and signify or signifier. A linguistic sign is not a link between a thing and a name, but between a concept or signify and a sound pattern signifier. We can see picture in the left about signify and signifier, and the right about three and three. Okay, next everyone about the Southern model. The Southern model divided into three. The first about two sides of page, and the next the rational system, and the last about arbitrariness. The first two sides of page. Saussure stressed that sound and thu, or the signifier and signify, were as inseparable as the two sides of piece of paper. And next, the rational system. Saussure did not define signs in terms of some essential or intrinsic nature. And the last about arbitrariness. Saussure and Semiotics emphasize that there is no necessary intrinsic, direct, or inevitable relationship between the signifier and the signified. Saussure stressed the arbitrariness of the sign, more specifically the arbitrariness of the link between the signifier and the signified. And the next about the Pearson model. Everyone, Peirce sign theory or semiotic is a account of signification, representation, reference, and meaning. The main principles containing Peirce theory are the human mind and sign boundaries, the three-dimensional system or triadic and trichotomy, and the relativity regarding the three typologies or taxonomies of sign: icon, index, and symbol. And the next about basic sign structure and type of signifier, the categories of sign. The first, the Peirce model about basic sign structure. In one of his many definitions of sign, Peirce writes about I define a sign as anything which is so determined by something else, called its object, and so determines an effect upon a person with effect called in interpretant, and that the latter is thereby immediately determined by the former. Peirce's basic claim that the sign consists of three interrelated parts: a sign, an object, and interpreter. And the last about a type of signifiers, the categories of sign. Peirce said that the form of sign text is a signifier can be classified as one of three types: icon, index, and symbol. Okay, first, signifier as icon. An icon it's meant as a direct imitation of the object or concept. Icons bear a physical resemblance to what's being represented, and a photograph is an example of an icon signifier. And the next about signifiers as index. An index describes the connection between signifier and signifier. With an index, the signifier cannot exist without the presence of the signifier. For example, smoke is an index of fire. Dark clouds are an index of rain. And the last story about signifier as symbol. Symbols are the opposite of and from icons. The connection between signifier and signify and symbol is completely arbitrary and must be culturally learned. The letters of an alphabet are a good example of symbol. The shape of each letter and the sound it represents bear no physical connection to each other. Okay everyone, the conclusion for this material is about social divine sign as being composed of a signifier, significant, and a signified signifier. A linguistic sign is not a link between a thing and a name, but between a concept, a signifier, and a sound pattern signifier. And as a pragmatist philosopher, Peirce was especially interested in how people use sign to make meaning in every interaction. I think enough. Thank you for attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.